Do you think Scoob the Holiday Haunt will ever be saved, or do we think it's cancelled forever? JayBee, I feel like we had a conversation today that you can maybe elaborate on a bit.
I think it'll be cancelled forever. Now, I did see that on Michael Krinsky and I think even Bill Holler's Facebook, they did like a screening just today of like the cast and crew. They saw it. And I thought it's kind of nice that at least they've got to see like the final product really, like not fully completed, but I guess the closest that may be possible right now. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't
It's
think there's
really
much chance unless
frustrating.
something fundamental happens.
It's really frustrating to see that it's got to that stage, that it's there, that they can watch it, and it makes almost no sense for them not to release it.
I mean, we've done all we can do on our end, I feel, and now I think it's up to the people to continue that. Because if you think, we didn't know that it was going to be cancelled when we had Michael Krinsky on. It was actually the weirdest timing in the world that we posted that interview, and then like 3 days later, the news came in. And I feel like that was just an interesting time because obviously we had like Total Film and Comic Book getting in touch with us saying, look, can we use a clip of this for this? We're going to write a story about it. So mad stuff. And you think, obviously, because a lot of the Scooby shows, the other Scooby shows, kind of bent over backwards to not mention us. And so any chance that they got, like, they were like, oh, there's this. It was crazy, actually. It was like, there's some wild theory, some wild rumor from some mysterious place that apparently the filming had wrapped up 5 days ago. Who knows where this has come from? We're gonna say it in our video, but we're not gonna source it or anything. It's a wild, wacky rumor. So we had those shenanigans going on, and so of course we had a situation where we'd set up a petition, and then all the other Scooby shows found another petition, and then they were like, okay, this isn't the JayBee and Milly one. We're going to push for this. But it's interesting, if you notice that just us by ourselves, we're only like 200, 300 behind the one that every single other person was sharing. So it kind of makes you think that in another life, if everyone had banded together, instead of there being a 2,500 petition from us, and like a 3,000 petition from someone else, we'd be with like a 6,000 petition, and everyone would see the interview to kind of know the passion that did go on behind it. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Even if that did happen, it's likely that the movie still wouldn't come out, but maybe it would have been more likely. I hope we get to see it one day, though.
Anyone else anything to add on Holiday Haunt?
I kind of feel like we will get it. It may not be this year, but I just feel like because they've had like a cast and crew screening, things like that, so they've seen. So it's obvious. I think they've finished it because I think they've gone and finished it without Warner Brothers using their own funding and whatever, because, you know, why get the score recorded as well? I mean, I understand that he'd already paid for it and the stage and everything, but at the same time, like, we also, so we know that they can, Warner Brothers can release it as long as it's not monetized. And that way they still get their 40 million that they spent on it back. But what I think will happen is they'll wait. They've seen that we've kicked up a storm, free publicity. So they'll wait, let the storm settle, boom, they'll release it, because it's a case of, oh, wait, no, we've just cancelled the Flash movie because the guy's been arrested. We've gone and done like this, that, the other. We've cancelled like 15 billion CW shows. We have no content. It's going to take until late 2024 for the next new series or something. We need to tide them over. So I think they will release it, but there's also, you know, with the merger and everything, I think it's a debate on where they're going to release it. That's going to be the key thing, and if it's going to be open for international or just HBO Max. Well, I mean, they're kind of getting rid of that with the merger, but still, like, it's just a question on how. And also, they've got free publicity from us. They can just like pop it out and someone be like, oh, hey, it's on streaming, it's up for pre-order, let's get it, and then that itself will get it free publicity. So I think we will get it one day, even if it's just like, I mean, the Master of the Universe movie, which I just watched, they were cancelled 2 days before they'd finished all filming. So the director actually snuck on set before they destroyed it, with the cast, finished filming it. What he then did, he kept all the footage, and they kind of went under for a while. And it was like, we can save you. The movie's already done. We've done it all. Just release it. And they did. And that way, you know, at that stage, it was also quite a big company that went under. So I think it could happen just one way or another. And hopefully Warner Brothers doesn't delete anything, because
Yeah.
they're known to do that as well.
Is the decision reversible? Like, I understand that there's this tax write-off situation, so they get, I guess, all the money that they spent back and they don't get taxed on it. So yeah, happy days, say that happens. If like next year down the line they want a Christmas movie, could they then finish it, release it, and just return the money? Like, I don't know, is that a thing?
I mean, by that stage, I believe it would be classed as a new movie. And they could then say that they pumped this money into it when they didn't. Like, they can just say, oh, we're going to put $1 million towards funding the promotion. And that's also basically they would get a higher profit.
See, that's a good point. And I'm thinking to myself, not What a Wonderful World. This David Zaslav, he went out and said that he wants to focus on more theatrical releases. And with Scoob being intended to originally be released theatrically if it wasn't for COVID, could it be that they've scrapped the Scoob Holiday Haunt that they were making, and now they're going to put money into a theatrical holiday movie for like this time next year, going out in like the theaters? That could be something.
They could release that in theaters. I'd be more than happy.
Yeah.
Smash, any thoughts?
I do think too it'll come out eventually. I think now I don't think this was a publicity stunt by any means, but I do think they can use it that way. And that's, I really do think they got free marketing, free publicity for it. And so it would be really easy for them to just kind of plop it somewhere, and then word of mouth. They know that the word of mouth will get around at this point. And so will it be this year? Probably not. Maybe next year around the holidays. But I think they have it in their hands to just kind of throw, and everything will take care of itself at this point with what they've done.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, like you say with the publicity, I think we're all in agreement that if it comes out next year, it will do better than it would have if it came out this year because of everything that's happened. So, you know, it's kind of a bad way of going about things, but it's a win-win either way. We get to see it, and they get everyone freaking out like, oh, we did it, it's saved. Let's run and go and see it. So, you know, win-win, just a bit of a delay. Fingers crossed.